Alright, so hello everyone, and welcome back to Math Monday. So, this is the second episode ng ating Math Monday, and we'll do something a little bit different this time, since last time we did an integral. So this time, we'll do a bit of concepts and some computations as well as derivations. So, today we'll be tackling yung ating Buckingham Pi theorem. So if you haven't heard of this theorem, this was proposed by Edgar Buckingham, in which it states that if there are n dimensional variables in a dimensionally homogeneous equation described by j fundamental dimensions, they may be grouped in k equals n minus j dimensionless groups, in which each dimensionless group is called pi, or simply just pi. So and basically what it means is that we can construct uh, equations that would become unitless. So some certain examples, yun nga, alam na natin, it is the Reynolds number, in which yung makukuha nating sagot is unitless. So it's a way to calculate those formulas. Okay? So in such a way na meron pa rin siyang logic, and it makes sense on how the formula is formed to be mathematically correct and logically correct as well. So, ayun nga, whenever we state, so i-state natin yung process niya. So, whenever we have a function, so we have a function of, dahil nga, we have a dimensionless group in which it is pi. So, let's say I have pi sub 1, pi sub 2, pi sub 3, and then it goes into infinity, so we can just truncate it. No? And then we arrive at yung ating k, that is pi sub k. No, that is equal to 0. And whenever we want to find a certain value, in this equation, no, it's just a matter of rearranging the variables. Let's say I want to calculate pi sub 1. That would be equal to the function of pi sub 2, pi sub 3, the truncation, and then finally yung pi sub k. Ano? So, following this process, so gumawa pa tayo ng isa. We have pi sub 2, that is equal to f of pi sub 1, pi sub 3, then truncating it until it reaches pi sub k. Okay? So, this is what we call the method of repeating variables. So, makita nyo man yung pattern. It's just like solving a linear equation, in which we will actually do it later on. Okay? So, enough of the concept. So, move on tayo sa example. Okay? So, ayun nga. This is involving Reynolds number as well. So, for our example, we have to consider the drag force on a smooth sphere. So, given this, ang magiging behavior niya, so the fluid will flow. So, it has a velocity. It will flow into the smooth sphere. And then, yung kanyang behavior is something like this. So, magfo-flow yung fluid dito. And then, it will create this sort of movement. So, it depends on the flow of the fluid. Okay? So, i-identify natin yung mga parameters natin dito. That will be our n. So, right now, our n is, we don't know. So, we will analyze. So, firstly, we have yung ating velocity. No? So, ating velocity here. And then, what we can still analyze here is meron tayong sphere. Okay? So, it has to have a diameter. So, consider natin yung diameter ng ating sphere. So, let's put it as D. And then, punta naman tayo sa fluid. It will create a force here. It will create a drag force, F. Denote natin as F. And then, we also have yung viscosity ng fluid, and of course yung density ng fluid. So in total, our n is equal to 5. No. We have 5 dimensional variables to work with. So para mas madalian tayo, let's try to tabulate these parameters together, and then we can analyze yung mga similarities nila. So we can compute for J, or we can identify uh, the number of J. Okay? So parameters natin, so we have the force, no, we have the diameter, we have the velocity, we have the density, and we have the viscosity. So consider natin yung units nila. Okay? So for force, that is commonly Newton, ano, or it is kilogram meter per second squared, or it simply denotes that 1 Newton is what you need to move a kilogram of an object by 1 meter per second squared. So that basically defines that. So dito naman sa diameter, this is simply meter. For velocity, that's meter per second. For density, that is kilogram per cubic meter. And yung sa ating viscosity naman, so I think there could be various units here. So meron tayong mga dynamic viscosity, ganun. But for formality, we'll just simply use yung ating kilogram per meter second. So that's yes, kilogram per meter second. Okay. So now we consider yung kanilang dimensions. So we'll set some rules here. So lagyan natin dito. So if it's a unit of mass, since we really want to consider kung ano yung magko-correlate sa ating variables. So with M, that is basically yung ating mass. Okay? And then yung ating L, that would be yung ating length. And then for T, that's time. Since ito yung pretty much independent, sila yung independent na variables, and we're not really considering kung ano yung mga derived units na makukuha natin sa kanila. We're just depending on these three to find yung ating mga dimensions here. Okay? So ngayon, i-identify na natin kung ano yung mga dimensions na nandito. Okay? So for Newton, so ilagay na lang natin siya as a form of a product. So that means yung kung ano man yung nasa baba, it will just be reciprocated to the product, or to whatever what we are multiplying it in. So we have unit of mass, that's M. And we have a unit of length, meter, that's L. And then ito, yung second squared, ilagay lang natin sa taas, that would be T raised to negative 2. Okay? And now, for the diameter, so we have meter, so that's L. Meters per second for velocity, that is going to be L T raised to the negative 1. Okay? Then for density, we have M raised to L raised to the negative third power. So ito naman sa baba, viscosity, we have the mass. Then we have a unit of length, that's in meters, that's raised to the negative 1, and then second raised to negative 1. Okay? So what we have noticed here sa ating dimensions is meron silang common sa kanilang lahat. And yun nga, as you can see, length is one of them. But in hindsight, ang titingnan na natin is yung ating unit of J. So, or the number of J rather. So, basically, ito na yung J, yung tatlong to. No. And we will choose kung ano yung hindi siya derived unit. So, may mapansin natin dito, force and yung ating viscosity are derived units. So basically what we're really considering is yung tatlo lang na to. no? Since they're independent of each other in such a way na we can calculate their values without relying on other values, ano? So that's basically the explanation there. Therefore, yung ating j, that would be equal to 3. Okay? And if we want to write that, so that would be j is equal to mlt. Okay? Now, i-consider din natin yung how we're supposed to add these dimensions together, no? Since yun nga, we're primarily choosing this 3, okay? And since we have 3, no? Since we have 3, so yung ating value ng k, again, it is, again natin dito sa taas pala. Value ng ating k, that is and minus j. So that is 5 minus 3. So we have 2. So dun sa dalawang yan, i-consider natin that we have a value of pi sub 1 and a pi sub 2. Okay? So that's the analysis there. Okay? And again, as I have previously mentioned, i-consider natin na variable. So ilagay na, equate natin here. Pi 1 and pi 2. So yung ating repeating variables that we have considered itong tatlo. So we'll just put it there now. Rho VT. No. And isa-separate natin yung ating force and yung ating viscosity into these equations. So let's, for instance, let's put yung ating force sa pi sub 1. And then yung ating viscosity sa pi sub 2. Okay? So, as you can see, natin yung variables natin, arrange siya. Now, we have to consider yung way on how we will arrange yung kanilang dimensions for them to be dimensionless when we compute. Okay? So, for that, lagay tayo ng subscripts or superscripts rather, or exponents sa mga repeating values natin. So, let's just use an ABC kind of format. So, this is A sub 1, this is B sub 1, and then this is C sub 1. This is A sub 2, this is B sub 2, and this is C sub 2. Okay? And actually, for convenience rather, so for now, let's interchange yung ating velocity and diameter. Okay? Alright. Erase natin ito. Rho. Okay? So now, move on. Dito muna tayo sa ating pi sub 1. So to set yung variables natin in such a way na kapag we set an equation and it has to be dimensionless, what we simply need to do is equate it to 0. Therefore, what we're really doing is we're doing m sub 0, l sub 0, and t sub 0. So, kaya natin in-arrange yung d and v para magkasunod is to follow this format. Okay? Now, ilalagay na natin, substitute natin yung dimensions. Okay? So, let's just do that. So, for density, no, we have mlt raised to the negative 2 raised to a1. Okay? Then, we have yung ating diameter, that is simply yung length raised to b1. No. And then, we have yung ating velocity, that is lt raised to negative 1, c1, raised to c1, and then we have f. So, mamaya natin i-convert itong f sa kanyang corresponding unit. Ano? Actually, parang hindi pala tayo malito sa pag-a-add ng variables natin. We can just do it now. So we don't have to do it later. Okay? So yung ating force is ito pala, actually yung ating rho pala is rho. I was looking at the force. My bad. So m ml raised to negative 3. So that's yung ating rho. And ito pala yung force, yung ating ml t raised to negative 2. Okay? Now we will arrange yung variables natin or yung ating exponents para ma-consider natin yung process. So let's set the equation again to be 0. Now, we have ano tayong m sub a1. Tapos, ilipat na natin yung m dito. Okay? Next, we have yung ating L. Okay? So, we have L raised to negative 3 a1. No? And then we have yung ating L b1. So, lagay natin siya dito. Like so. L b1. We also have an L c1 raised to c1. And then we have an L here also. No? And then, dun sa atin namang T, we have T. Kasi ito, negative. So, that's negative C1. Or let's put yung ating coefficient. Negative 1, C1. And we also have T raised to negative 2. Okay, so, ito yung ating rearranged na variables. Now, by loss of exponent, whenever we have a product, so whenever we have a product like m sub a, or actually a sub m times a sub n, that is basically equal to a raised to m plus n. And makonsider naman natin yung value ng n dito is simply 1 dun sa iba. No? So we can simply do that. Okay? So, arrange natin siya further. Okay? Okay, so we have m sub a sub 1 plus 1. No? Then we have L raised to negative 3a1 plus b1 plus c1 plus 1, right? And then we have t raised to negative c1 minus 2. So ito yung format niya. And now, we can finally set it to 0. So, gawin natin siyang ganitong format. We have m, and then we have L, then we have t. Now, we're setting this to 0. Tapos, i-equate natin kung ano man yung nasa coefficients nila. Now, we have negative 3a1 plus b1 plus c1 plus 1. And then we have negative c1 minus 2. Okay? And dito pa lang, we can see that we have a system of linear equations. We have 3 equations and 3 unknowns, so we can easily solve this. So by analysis, given na tong dalawang values here, okay? So dito sa m, we just simply put this to the other side, and this will be, so lagay na natin dito yung mga answers. So yung ating m, that would be, or actually yung ating a1, that would be just negative 1. And dito naman, we have to transpose this to the other side. So 2 equals negative c1, and then we transpose also to the negative. So yung ating c1, right? Ating c1 is negative 2. And by plugging in yung values ng a1 and c1 dito to find for b1, no? So you can just do that mentally, but I believe yung answer natin dito is negative 2. No? So with this in mind, pwede nating palitan yung mga values dito. So, for pi sub 1, we have, dahil ang magiging format niya, di ba, ganito yun, rho, and then we have diameter 2, then we have the velocity, negative 2, multiplied sa ating force. No. Basically, we can put that to the bottom. So, it can be a quotient. No. So, mayroon dito, that's F over. I-arrange lang natin siya for it to be similar dun sa ating formula sa Reynolds number. So, that is rho times v squared d squared. No. So, if you run your calculations and do your unit analysis, yung makuha mo ditong unit is wala. It's unitless. Ano? And now, we can do the same with pi sub 2, but we can just analyze it to find the answer. Okay? But for the sake of it, gawin na natin yung same calculations natin dito. Okay? So, i-consider muna natin yung equation na to. Okay? Now, we'll move on to pi sub 2. Now, for pi sub 2, we still have yung ating units. Okay? So, copy lang natin yung units natin dito. Right? So, we have ml is to negative 3, that is now a sub 2 times yung ating length is to b2 and yung ating velocity lt raised to negative 1, that is c2. Tapos, yung ating ika-consider naman ngayon is yung ating viscosity instead of the force. So, yung ating viscosity here is ml, no, ml raised to negative 1, and then t raised to negative 1. Okay? Again, we have to rearrange yung ating variables. So, we'll set this into 0 again. So, we have m sub 0, L sub m raised to 0, no, L raised to 0, and then t raised to 0. Okay? Now, again, we'll just arrange it again. So, we have m, then we have a2, and then we have m here. So, that's all for the m variables. Now, for L, we have L negative 3 a2 times L b2 times L c2, and then we have there's negative 1. No. That's right. And then we have yung ating for t, we have t negative c2 t with raised to negative 1. No, I think that's right. Okay, now we will arrange it again just for the process to be systematic. So we have m sub m raised to a2 plus 1, and then we have L raised to negative 3a2 plus b2 plus c2 minus 1, and then this is t negative c2 minus 1. Okay, and then finally, we can equate each variables into 0, just like we did earlier. And now this will be negative 3a2 plus b2 plus c2 minus 1, and then negative c2 minus 1. So again, system of linear equations. No. Yung ating a2, again, this will be transposed to the other side. It's negative 1. Then yung ating c2, since mas madali siya, this will be transposed to the other side as well, and then ililipat natin yung negative, so this is negative 1. Now, plugging in yung values natin. So let's just do it this time. So we have negative 3 times A2. That's going to be positive. No. So we have positive 3. And then yung B2 natin, wala pa. Yung ating C2, negative 1 minus 1. So we have 3 minus 2. That's 1. Ano? So that's plus 1. Tapos ililipat natin sa other side. So that's negative 1 as well. Right? So with this in mind, ito yung ililipat natin. Ito yung substitute natin sa variables natin dito. So therefore, pi 2, pi sub 2 is going to be equal. So ilagay na natin siya as a form na naka-vinculum, and all that stuff. So that's yung ating this dynamic viscosity mu over rho vd. And we know na yung ating Reynolds number, no, is equal to rho vd over mu. Therefore, we can say that yung ating pi over 2 is equal, pi sub 2 rather, is equal to the inverse ng ating Reynolds number. Or it could be any form. It could be 1 over RE, or it could be even 1 over yung reciprocal, But still, the main concept lies within here. In that yung ating pi sub 2 is the inverse of the Reynolds number. So what can we deduce from here? So we look back to the theorem. No. Specifically dito, So tingnan natin dito. Is that pi sub 2 can be a function of all the other previous dimensional variables. So simply, what it's stating is that pi sub 2 is equal to the function of pi sub 1. So that's the main idea here. And to make it more formal, or it is a roundabout way of doing it, but I think this is more conventional. So pi 1 is equal to f of pi sub 2. And now we substitute yung mga values natin. So for pi sub 1, we have force over the density multiplied by velocity squared times diameter squared, that is equal to the function of yung ating pi sub 2. That is the function of the Reynolds number. No. So by using the Buckingham pi theorem, we have devised a relationship with these variables. And yung kanyang end goal nga natin, achieve natin, it is to make the answer unitless or dimensionless. So now we have a logical way of saying that hindi lang basta tayo nag-cancel ng variables, hindi lang tayo nag-put away para ma-cancel yung all the other variables, but there's a logical way behind it, and that is the Buckingham pi theorem. So this is just one of the many applications of it in the field of constructing our equations and how we should calculate for them. So ayun, I think this would wrap up yung ating Math Monday. So ayun, I hope you have learned something from this episode, and I'll see you guys tomorrow sa ating Tech Tuesday. So that's all from me today. Thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye and happy learning.